Welcome to my Theros Beyond Death quick draft video. We're gonna go over some draft picks, gameplay, figure out what's going on. Let's see. Nasa's Intervention is a X blue instant. Look at the top X cards in your library, put up to 2 of them in your hand, and the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. And then counter target spell unless the controller pays twice X. So if you're paying 3 to do this, you're drawing 2 cards or count or like paying like weird mana, like bad mana leak, I guess. Um I mean, I think it's still a fine first pick. Commanding Presence is really good if you want to go all in. Yeah, I think the keyboard switches definitely matter. Like, so the thing is, like, I bought quote unquote silent switches and they didn't actually do anything on my other keyboards. So I don't know. I feel like that was kind of a really disappointment. Then there's like Warbriar's Blessing, which is actually really good. Slesnian Chance, yeah. It's either Thassa's Intervention or Warbriar Blessing. I mean, I think Thassa's Intervention is actually quite fine. Like, it's like it's solid enough, right? It's not like amazing, but it's like good enough value, right? To like usually play it. It does like different things, like maybe not like the most efficiently they would be hoping to do it because it is like kind of it is kind of expensive, right? Am I like wrong about it? Is it bad? Is Commanding Presence better, or did it take Warbriar Blessing? I don't know. Is it? Sorry. Hey, thanks for the raid, Mythic Mad Spam Foxes. Fox Spam. Hey, thanks very much for the follow, Ironic Velvet. Hope you're doing well. Hey, thanks for the follow, JT Dragon. Yeah, we're just doing the Theros draft. Hope you're streaming well. Big shout out to Mythic Matt if you haven't like checked out the stream yet. But yeah, oh man, nice emote. Raid. You take commanding. Yeah, just because this is a really good I mean, these cards can be really good, right? It's just like super all in, but I mean, to be fair, like if you get Karametra's Blessing, then that actually works a lot well. All right, have a good night. Thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate you. All right, we're just doing some drafts right now, but anyways, if you like drafts, stick around. We're gonna probably rate somebody in draft too. You take the blue rare, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a dig through time, right? It's solid enough for you, yeah. Yeah, the commanding presence is like much more all in. You really want to have like the Parametra's blessing to keep it alive, right? Because if they kill your guide, then it sucks. But I've had some pretty good like commanding presence decks in the past, right? Thassa's Intervention is probably just like more like workable. Like it's flexible. It's like I said, not great at what it does, but like it has flexibility. Like sometimes you just want to count. It is one of the few ways to interact with Dream Trawler, assuming they haven't like played it right. You just counter the you counter their Dream Trawler, right? Because Dream Trawler is like a huge problem, right? You wish you knew a cards wheel, yeah. Like I'm not looking. I mean, I could look at the 17 lands to figure out which cards wheel, but I don't really know for sure. It's like it's hard to say, right? The blue rare, rare. It only lets you look at the top X cards of your library though, so it's like you have to pay like 4, like so this is basic. Like most of the time, I usually play this in the counter mode, right? Which is like not like great, I guess. I mean, this is like yeah, because it's only you only look at the top X. It's not like twice X or whatever. Like the counter is a twice X. I think maybe I should take the commanding presence then. It's a 4 mana draw too, which is not actually that great. Like inspiration is not that great. Like you don't get like I mean it's an instant. I get it. It's like inspiration or it's a counter, whichever you think is better, I guess. Right? Yeah. Like I mean, I remember when people were talking a lot about they were talking a lot about like Behold the Multiverse. But Behold the Multiverse was also different because it's just like, oh, you are you get to pay it over 2 turns, right? So it's like it's different, you know. You like Behold the Multiverse. I don't know. Now I'm just thinking about different things now. I'll just take it. It was alright. No white card. I think this is like kinda okay. Probably want to take Omen of the Forge. There is also like a on your opponent's turn mechanic or entrancing liar. Actually, kind of want to take liar now. Yeah, because this is basically just like a removal spell you can move onto like different things. It's also colorless. Yeah, so the way this works is like it's basically like you just tap down like their biggest thing, and then when they play something bigger, you untap it, and then you pay the mana to like tap that down stuff. And thinking about like I think this isn't too bad either, but this is all kind of like works like a conditional draw to, right? If you don't actually have like, I mean, I guess the thing is, if you like, it's a little bit conditional. It's a little slow, but it's like liar's good. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Um, well, Hilliard's Pilgrim would have been good with the the other thing, like the commanding presence. This is a 4 mana 3/4 that you can sometimes pump it to like a 5/2. I mean, you can pump it to a 4/3 or a 5/2, right? If you don't need it. Deny Divine's like okay. There's like actually a lot of the removal spells are actually enchantments. Like Warbriar Blessing is an enchantment. Blessing of Erois is an enchantment. Just liar, yeah. Hey, Zealous, how's it going? I just want to take the I guess I take the Deny Divine. I mean, remember Mogi's Favor was alright. It's not like the first thing I would want to take, but I don't know. It's like it's fine. I haven't seen like a lot of like if we're just building around stuff. I think Heliod Pilgrim is kind of cool as like a build around because you can always get like some kind of like aura value, right? I don't really like Ichthyomorphosis because there is like a black-red sack deck that like kind of punches you for playing it. I don't know. It's like definitely a lot of possible decisions, right? A lot possible take. I kind of like this as a possible build around. Like we have like any auras to like go with it. You just like the Ichthyomorphosis. Okay. Annex. Also Warbriar Blessing. This also doesn't have any synergy with the spell on the opponent's turn deck, but I guess that's not really that important. I want Warbriar Blessing or Annex. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, Annex also really wants you to play like heavy red. Like it's kind of weak if you're not playing a lot of red. But I think Annex is probably like a good card to take here, right? I want to take the Annex. Blue red doesn't really care about Annex that much. Like it's not really trying to do that, but it's like it's fine if it's like a 4/3 for 3 or a 3/3 for 3 or a 4/3. It doesn't take too much to make this into a 3/3. You just need like one other red pip. Okay. Could be Gary. Oh my god, do we just hit Gary and just like dump everything? Or just take like it's like an okay 2-drop, the Oracle. Thrill would be good if we get like the draw twos. This card's actually not bad either, the Shoal Kraken. I guess that's one reason it makes like the Ichthyomorphosis better with the Shoal Kraken because you can it's just like a reward for like playing a bunch of enchantments or whatever. I don't remember how highly you need to draft 2-drops in this set. I could maybe just see taking the Shoal Kraken stuff, right? I think Shoal Kraken is. I I mean, I do want to get red cards for the Annex, but maybe we're not even playing Annex. I do like the pretty good. Yeah, no red card at all now. There's a blessing. Kind of feels bad. Yeah. Too late for white, yeah. I mean, we could still potentially do blue-white, right? But, I mean, I don't know what's really open. I mean, this is like a fine... This is like an okay 2-drop, but not like blue-black. Blue-black is kind of like self-mill, if I remember. Blue-black's about self-mill. Blue-white is all about auras, guys. I kind of I'm thinking about taking Karametra's Blessing, because I don't really want any of these other cards, but... Like, I don't really want to play a Memory Drain or a Nyxborn Seaguard. It seems kind of bad. I'm not saying that Memory Drain is not playable. I mean, maybe it's, like, playable-ish. I don't know. I think this is better in the spells on the opponent's turn deck, because then you can... Like, if this isn't relevant, you just flash in... Right? Stuff. It could be blue-white auras is open, right? Big boy green isn't horrible. I mean, this is really expensive. It also dies to all the enchantment removal people are playing, which is... This was actually one of the reasons I stopped liking the enchantment creatures outside of the bombs, because, like, it feels bad when your opponent casts, like, a Revoke Existence by, and then... Wow. I'm not saying that's, like, reason not to do it. It's just, like... It's something I, like, learned after playing it for a while. I was like... I don't think it's a combat trick or the memory drain. I don't know how much I'm gonna miss the memory drain. I don't have any... if I could get some uncommons, I guess, that's what I'm, like, looking for. Oh, you thought it was cheaper? Yeah, no, it's a 6-drop. Like, if I can get, like, the uncommons, because that's often how you can tell, like, what's open, get, like, the commons. But I think I actually take the Karametra's Blessing. We go blue-white, I don't know, but... Well, I don't know what's here now. I guess Traveler's Amulet's fine. I don't like Triumph of Annex at all. No, it's not that bad. Not bad. I actually think Traveler's Amulet is fine in this format because it fuels Escape, and it might, like, fuel a Splash. It's a little slow for, like, fixing, right? But Final Flare's kind of okay if you're in, like, the sack deck, right? Because you can sack things or whatever, but I don't know how great it is most of the time. I don't like this card at all. Like, even though I've lost to it, it feels like it's really slow. You have to be, like, really, really aggressive to play it. But yeah, these are just, like, not cards I'm, like, excited about at all. I mean, there is, like, an Altar of the Pantheon deck if you want to get super... Right? Could also be, like, Rage Guard Berserker. It's, like, kind of okay as, like, filler, but it's also very fillery. I think Aspect of Lamprey can be fine, too, because it's, like, it gives lifelings to me. I kind of like it most in, like, black-green, because then you're going to have, like, big creatures to play with it, right? I think the 1-drop's okay. I mean, maybe. I mean, this seems like really, like, slow, because 7 mana to sack it, right? 7 mana to sack it? I don't know. Might be, like, fine. Starlit Mantle. Warbriar's Blessing. So it feels like... No, that's not Warbriar, that's a test and training. I guess I'll take the Starlit Mantle. I don't know what's open. I think Scavenging Harpy is okay, too. Maybe Blue-Black. So I'll take the Starlit Mantle. I think that's right. Yeah, we haven't seen, like, any good signs of, like, what's open. But we'll see. It could just be, like, this, I don't know, sack deck. I don't really want to play Towering Wave Mystic with, like, 0 escapes. I mean, you can kind of tell what they don't like, right? You can, like, depending on, like, what wheels really far, you can, like, kind of tell, right? You can kind of tell. I don't know. Maybe black's open. I'm not sure. But I don't really want to play any of that else stuff. I really don't want to play a Towering Wave Mystic. I don't remember Thundering Chariot being good because it. How big does a 3/3 first strike actually get in for any damage? I don't know. I'm not sure if it does. Thing. Like, it might just be the looters, like, the Remager is fine. Yeah, I don't know what's actually open. I just like the black card. We're just kind of like doing all different things. We're not doing. I guess we're not doing white things either. So it's like it's one of these things. I'm kind of thinking like Omen of the Forge here, or do we want Omen of the Dead? Do I want to draft blue-red, or do I want to draft Ace? C's. Oh, C. Oh, right, there's an on-color Omen. And right. Oops. And there's an on-color Omen. Good point. I don't have to make a decision. Final Death? Maybe we're just blue-black. Thirst for Meaning is like okay. There's one or do I want Final Death? I might need the Final Death. Maybe we're just I think we might actually do blue-black. Or blue-black, which isn't we're not really actually doing like the blue-black self-milking, which is really awkward, but I mean these red cards aren't really that exciting. It's either Thirst for Meaning or Thirst for Meaning. I guess I could take the Thirst for more Meaning and just pass the decision again still. I remember this card being pretty good. Passing on this. Okay, I don't really want any of this. That's pretty bad. This is also pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know what's actually open. It's crazy. Let's start battle. We got 11 people. Good. I remember this card being good. This thing. Stern Dismissal might be okay. Like, you can bounce stuff. Like, if your opponent is. You can bounce stuff like your opponent is trying to, like, enchant, right? It's kind of cool. You can't save your own thing, which kind of sucks, but. You have 6 creatures, just to be aware. Meaning to start drafting creatures. Omen of the Hunt for fixing, but I don't have green cards. Or just like random red cards. I don't remember this card being that great, unless like you're really into red-white heroic. I don't know. I just also don't remember red-white hero being the. Farika's Libation is one of the few ways of dealing with a Dream Trawler also, by the way. But it's also like has the same problem that like it's a whatever an edict. I could take another Shoal Kraken. Are we just like drafting mono blue? Maybe. Maybe we're just drafting mono blue. Yeah, we're just like not seeing a lot of like reasons to like draft other colors. Maybe Harpy. Harpy's like fine. This is not Warbriar Blessing. Unfortunately, it's the test and training, which is not actually as good. A little awkward at best. Alright, I'm not gonna do another Stream Raiders because it is like a little late. But thanks everyone for like participating with the Stream Raiders at least. I mean, Infuriate's like fine too. It's like sometimes you just want like bad giant growth, right? It's like bad giant growth, but it's like it's okay at that. It's either the Harpy or the Infuriate at this point, right? Take it and see what. Omen of the Dead, another Infuriate, Scophos Maze Warden. Could play multiple Infuriates, which is probably what I'm gonna do. I should take creatures though, because I don't have any. Barely any. This is like the blue-red. We're not doing the thing that blue-red is supposed to spells on the opponent's turn. Just doing stuff. Stuff and things. Things and stuff. If you ever get Scophos Maze Warden and the other card, you feel really like a genius. Whoa, black cards. This card's insane, by the way. Or it feels really, really good. But I don't know if I can actually do black now. So maybe black was what supposed to be doing, because like I do feel like that card just like a ton of value because like all the escape card. But then again, I don't really have escape cards. Is the other issue, right? I don't know. I don't really like aspect of the board that much. It's too expensive for my taste. I guess blue-red was kind of open. I don't really like Impending Doom unless he has some way of like protecting my. Protect the memory drain. I don't have any flash creatures, so like the counter spell feels kind of bad. Right? This card's bad unless you're really, really aggro, because like they can just attack multiple things. Like literally a 4/4 can't block. If like they're doing that. Take the counter spell. I'm on the Forge Wheel, that's good. Dome on the Forge. Yeah, so I think we're supposed to be red-black, because I don't think... I remember Lampad of Death's Vigil being pretty insane, too. But it's kind of too late. It's too late to do that. Might play the giant, I don't know. So thrilling, much possible. It's like sometimes playable, the Wings of Hubris. Mantle of the Wolf. Oh god, that card's disgusting. I might just splash that. I don't know. Am I passing? Like a final philosophy? I think I'm gonna splash this card because it's really disgusting, by the way. I mean, yeah, it basically says like, um, if they don't kill this, like if the mantle goes to the graveyard from the battlefield, it just like gives you a ton of value. It's like 2/2 tokens. So like the only way they get value from this is I guess if they even if they put this card to sleep or whatever, they have Dreadful Apathy yet. Like they can't ever exile the guy because as soon as it goes to the graveyard, you get like 2 wolves. This card's actually kind of insane. Definitely worth splashing. Trinity Singer is like alright. We're playing a lot of blue cards. Kind of like works out. I like this guy. It's yeah, killing the creature in response is the main way to punish it, or like playing a Dreadful Apathy on it, not using ability. So I guess if you have some way of sacking it, is really good. But yeah, you can definitely kill the creature in response or bounce. Rough. I have 8 creatures. Yeah, another Threnody Singer. Or Fateful End. It's probably Fateful End because I need removal, and this is a good one. I do need like more creatures, but Fateful End's a really. I think that's one of the problems of like doing a lot of Strixhaven and then coming back to other sets is you start going, I don't remember how to draft decks with creatures and because like Strixhaven really encourages you to draft decks with like barely, which I mean it's understandable, but oh, this is a good finisher. You're playing a blue deck that doesn't have a lot of flyers. That's funny. Oh, this card's so good. Yeah, this card's insane, by the way. The Shimmerwing Chimera. This is like one of my favorite uncommons. I think probably like my favorite uncommon set because like, you just play it and then you bouncing like omens and stuff for value. It's so good. super good. This is like kind of okay. It just like again, it's in the sack theme. The war leader, they'll take my value flyer is great. I could play this maybe. I mean, probably gonna have how many enchantments do I have? I have 10. Oh, actually, this is fine, right? Yeah, as long as I actually play most of my enchantments, is gonna be fine. Like you want this to be like a if this is like a 5 mana 5/6 busted, right? 5 mana 5/6 is kind of busted. You just have to remember if this is in your deck, maybe not sack omens right away because it's kind of awkward. Like it comes up, but blue black payoff card or Rage Hound. We don't really have 2 drops, so like the Rage Hound might be like okay as a one of, right? I mean, I guess the downside of the Rage Hound, if the 2 infuriates, Rage Hound might actually be alright, because it's gonna like not just run immediately to its death all the time. I mean, it's gonna always run to its death, but like pumps can like kind of help, like pumping it out of the way of like death. You have a lot of like 4 drops, so I guess I'm not in memory drain to be honest. This is like weird in this deck, but I don't think I need another Hill Giant thing. Yeah. I mean, this is like maybe playable. I don't think I need like another expensive guy. Yeah, we didn't get any of like the play spells on opponent's turn payoffs, but this is just a 2 drop to like block things until we get like flyer set up and stuff. Like okay. I'm gonna play a Deny the Divine sometimes. I think it's fine. Eat's fine. This is 2/3. It's like playable. I don't think I'm in there Stampede Rider, we just have all these I mean Stampede Rider could be like okay. I feel like it's like actually like a green red card though. Is the thing. I mean the problem with Chain the Memory is that it's good against Death Touchers, but like you have to make sure your stuff can actually like kill the thing, otherwise it's just like weird fog, right? I don't know. There might be like an effect that isn't always that great. Right? Annex doesn't look super great anymore. We also don't have a lot of things that trigger the Stampede Rider is the problem. This looks like a 2/3 trample, which is awkward. 2/3 trample. I don't think it really matters. There. This is also pretty bad. Yeah. I think there was supposed to be like a mill deck in this format, but it just ended up like not really working out that way, I guess. But anyways. This is like kind of fine, I think. We end up creatures by 14. Yeah, 14's like playable-ish. I mean, we're probably gonna cut like Stampede Rider. I think Anax is really good in like a sacrifice deck. Then you just sack like the stupid satyrs because usually like the 1/1 satyrs don't really like play. You just sit there and like maybe your opponent blocks. Like oh, dead. Yeah, that's why I think that that land pad of Death's Vigil is really good because it just lets you do something with like garbage creatures that you creatures. 2/3. How much do I need a 2/3? I mean, I have a lot of actual instants. Like some, I have a decent number. Like the 2/3. This is also the danger, like if you cut too many creatures and like these older formats, you can have. Yeah, playing. Yeah, that's the thing about Sweet Oblivion is that like it does feel very questionable. Like I guess you can mill yourself, right? But do you really want to waste a lot of like it also eats up cards. Like if you're milling yourself, it's gonna eat up a bunch of cards that you could be using for your other escape things. So this is probably meant to be more like a constructed card or like like more of a constructed card, honestly. Play it like when you're playing some like crazy mill deck that really needs to have like more mill spells. Sure, but I think the mill decks that people play nowadays are not actually like focused that hard on playing cards to mill. They're just more interested in like they're probably just more interested in like playing creatures or other cards that incidentally mill. Like they don't really get super focused on the mill. It's more just like, oh, we'll tack on mill onto like this soaring thought thief or whatever this one, and it's like kind of okay, right? I just don't play this many full croc guns, or just like cut one, cut like the cut an infuriate and skip it. Probably fine. This is probably what I would run, honestly. Maybe a cut a land too. That's the one, but I think this is what I would submit. Like if somebody asked me, like this is your tournament draft deck or something like that. I think that's probably what it would do. But anyways, if you like this video, please check out the stream at twitch.tv/MercurioBlue. We do a lot of drafts 5 days a week. We'll have some gameplay videos up on YouTube really soon also. But anyways, have a good night.